No, she isn't my girlfriend.
You sure? Look straight into my eyes and tell me she's not your girlfriend. Into my eyes, Kaimi. A little bit higher. Higher. There.
And we can all guess where Brian was looking. Let's see, let's find something. This one is really weird, so let's say this.
You're wrong. My friend is really a soccer ball, necessary on any worthwhile desert island.
Men. The only time they don't think about balls is when they're playing with them.
Swing! Aren't we having fun, folks?
She's my cousin.
You lie worse than my ex.
Charlie?
No, Lopati. A gorgeous Polynesian hunk.
Hey, look! It's a cockatoo impaled on a stake.
Talk about getting off topic.
Let's talk about something else.
All right, if that's the best you can come up with.
It doesn't seem like you have much work.
Well, before the military got here, my boss didn't give me a moment of tropical island peace. Wait on the bar. Go down to the storeroom. Clean up the photo stand. Shoo those lemurs off the bucking bronco. Put on a skimpier outfit.
It's not skimpy enough. No, stupid. Shut up.
Sounds like you have a great boss. Huh.
If only you knew. Once I thought it might be nice to set out some trays of fresh coconut. And he said, I don't pay you to think. If I get so bold as to give a free drink to a customer, he threatens to fire me, because he's the biggest skinflint in the Pacific. And on top of that, when the soldiers came, he ran off like a sissy, but told me that if I closed up shop, he'd fire me.
What was it you said about a bunch of lemurs?
I know it sounds weird, but a few years ago, a Japanese boat full of giant lemurs sunk nearby. It was headed for New York. Anyway, the lemurs swam to shore and took over the beach. You can't imagine what lushes they were. If I turned my back for a second, they'd rip off all the booze. They were bombed day and night, destroying everything they got their little prehensile paws on, until we managed to run them into the jungle on the other side of the island.
Well, I suppose this bar isn't exactly the workplace of your dreams, is it?
Don't be so sure. I've had worse jobs. I even worked in Hollywood as a makeup artist. It sounds all glamorous at first, but when you have to turn 3,000 midgets into extraterrestrials, all the glitz and bling-bling starts to fade.
Oh, I could easily imagine. Okay, one moment. Alright, so what I hope I did there was pause the video, not stop it or anything. So let's just continue talking.
So, how did you manage to find work in Hollywood?
You know, the same way everyone gets a break in the movie world.
Maybe you should save it for another time. There may be minors reading this.
What a dirty little mind you have. I got my break thanks to my mom, who was a makeup artist. She would take me to film shoots before I learned to walk.
Oh, Brian, I just identified a little bit with you.
Oh. Doing movie makeup must be a hard job.
Not really. Maybe it used to be, but ever since they came out with Grease Paint Pro, you can make your grandma look like a star, as the slogan says.
And I think that Grease Paint Pro is like, I think a parody or something of one of the Adobe programs.
What is that Grease Paint Pro thing?
It's the computer software we movie makeup artists use. You can scan a picture of the character you want to create, another of the person you're making over, and in a few seconds it gives you a range of makeup options. Along with the list of the products you'll need, the features you should accentuate or cover up. To put it simply, it's a very expensive wonder program that only big production companies can afford.
But with Grease Paint Pro alone, it's not enough, is it? I bet it's useless without your talent.
They're all essential. The computer, the talent, the scanner, the printer, and of course, the makeup products. I don't mean to brag, but I have them all. The great thing about having a computer geek as a boyfriend is that he can set up a home machine for you that's better than the ones most professionals use.
I don't mean to butt into your business, but are you talking about Mikhail?
No, Koji-san, this guy from Tokyo.
What were we chatting about?
All you men are the same. You're so busy looking at our cleavage, you can't pay attention to what we're saying. So it makes no difference. We can talk about whatever you wish.
What was that now? I was occupied by something else.
Did you work on any famous films?
I wouldn't know. I never go to the movies. I mainly worked in horror movies until I met this director. We started going out, and he hired me to do 3 movies all at the same time.
You don't say. I bet his name was Andy. Or maybe it was Larry.
You're a really bad guesser. Anyway, his name was Peter. He made films in Australia, or did something down under.
You don't look like a makeup artist. Or a waitress, for that matter.
I'm not sure if I want to know what you see me as.
I'm gonna take a stroll. See ya later on.
See you around.
Oh yeah, he did something down under. Shut up! Shut up! Stop it! Okay. As I'm trying to restrain myself from doing anything about it, let's pick up this thingy.
It's full of sand, ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder. I bet I can find some use for that. If I remember right, that's the brand Kordsmeyer smokes.
Oh, I have so many jokes about what it looks like when it's in the ashtray. It's so painful. But I need to stop. I need to behave.
What an unpleasant winged rat. Despite its bad temper, I bet it's got a bigger brain than some people I know. I'll try to win over its trust, and then maybe it'll leave me alone. Hello, my pretty. What in the world did I do to deserve such hatred? Let's drop it. It's not worth it.
Alright, you know when to roll away from a stupid fight. I'll give you that much.
Sure. Why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
Yoink.
Comes with chalk, too. It's inspired by the traditional statues of Hawaii.
The thing I just clicked was that one. That one.
Yeah, animal trophies have always given me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I never really seen any in real life, but I think I would have the same reaction. And there's the Hawaiian equivalent of the Mardi Gras beats. Oh boy, I wish we could just take a break and get something to drink and use them for something good. But no. We have to play Runaway, the Dream of the Turtle.
My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example.
Yeah, you got that right.
It looks more like a buffalo than a bull, but what's the difference in Hawaii? No,
right.
It's such a wreck something might happen to me. Plus, it probably doesn't even work.
But we can see the hatch open. Let's go look. Come on.
That's the way to the machinery.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe I'll find something interesting. Or maybe something dangerous.
Dun dun dun.
What a mess! The only danger inside there is getting tetanus, with all that rusty metal.
Oh. So basically, there's nothing interesting here right now. So let's just move on. And if I double click, just do this. If I double click, I'll warp to the area I want to go. Don't have to. I'm gonna do this a lot so that you don't have to wait for him to go anywhere. Let's go to the shack. And here's the monk. Look at guy who resembles a monk.
He must be broiling in that